Happy Riley Friday. Oh my God, it feels good to say that. It has been too long. Riley is back to take his throne on the Friday episodes. The streets were talking about Riley doesn't have it anymore. Riley doesn't want to be a part of the Fridays. And let me tell y'all something. Riley was not given the opportunity to be on the Friday episodes because we had to take a couple, what I'm saying, the first days of the tournament, the tournament games going on during that time. It made it a little tough to say, but just know Riley Friday is here to stay, whether Riley wants to be here or not. Riley, how are you? It is good to see you, my friend.
It's great to be back. It feels like it's been way too long since we've done one of these. And yes, I just want to echo that for the past 2 or 3 Fridays, I'm texting y'all Thursday nights, or not Thursday nights, Wednesday nights, like, yo, what's going on? I'm feeling like that meme of the Jets player on Hard Knocks who gets to the facility and his key doesn't work anymore. And that's me the last 2 weeks. It's like, oh no, and it's not even, I don't even think it's y'all two who relay the message. It's JK. It's JK saying, hey, just so you know, there's no Friday episode this week. Like that, I'm having to hear from JK instead of from y'all directly. I feel like he's being hired in to do the dirty work of cutting me. But nah, we're back. I'm back in the facility. They try to keep me out. I broke down the door.
Yeah,
Can
so
we get
Dion and I realized, and G realized that, obviously we love JK as a producer, but I feel like we cut him slack. You know what I'm saying? We let him just produce the episodes. But part of being a producer is you gotta move around and do some things you don't want to do sometimes. So if I ever had bad news, I'm just like talk to JK and I just let him handle it. And it just works out too. Like no one then JK might text me and be like, why someone asked me? And that's a good part too. I just ignore the text. So it's like I never saw it. It's a beautiful thing that I figured out in the last like 2 to 3 weeks. I look forward to using it for the rest of the time as sleepers. It's great. Dion, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Riley, can we get that JK impersonation one more time?
Dude, Jason Tatum. You want to know what my favorite lies to tell about Jacob Karabatsis is?
Wait, please.
I love getting on the show and say, man, JK only texts me when he needs something for videos, when he needs something, when he's got a deadline to meet, and that's just not true at all. JK always taps in to see how I'm doing. So shout out to you, JK. But you just get caught in the crossfire sometime.
I love my dog JK,
JK's a
man.
really good texter. I'm not, which he pointed out in the group chat earlier this week.
Yeah, facts. All right. Hey, let me end this before I get to the YouTube comment of the day. I'm gonna do my JK text update of the day because this is because all between all the content text, I just get gems all the time. Here's some of the real recent JK texts I've received. Y'all not ready to see the quads in person. I'm not gonna lie. I'm already prepared for the roasting of my inseam of choice, 5-inch inseam until I die. I don't hit the gym to hit legs to wear capris.
What? What?
Oh, that is
Also,
incredible.
also, JK, I got faded. I'm so sorry, bro. I told him to take it easy, but I didn't want to hurt feelings, but my barber snapped. Imagine pulling up to the first ever meeting at the Final Four without a cut. It would be a cardinal sin. I love JK so much, man. I'm not getting that from anybody else. I need that. It is
I,
special content.
First off, like I want everyone to know the only people, well, this isn't true because Car and I make fun of each other's body shapes, but we've been doing that for 5 years.
Mhm.
But the only person who makes fun of anyone's body shapes is JK.
Oh
Like
yeah.
we,
Oh yeah. For
he
sure.
called us fat. Like I weighed 20 pounds less than he thought, and he's like, "Oh, you just got a fat head." Like,
JK is like one of those trainers that would not mince words. Like he would be like, I mean, you need to lift more. You're fat. You're fat and you're weak. You're fat and you're weak, and that's why you're seeing me. And you need to get like me. So hopefully, in the next 2 to 3 weeks, after I'm done with you, you won't be fat and weak anymore. And then you're just like, all right, for sure, for sure, for sure.
I don't hit leg days to wear capris is like truly like you can put that on my tombstone. I love that.
so capris are like a you don't work out piece of attire because like capris are just off limits where I'm from, regardless of leg
Maybe he's
depth.
talking about joggers.
I think he's just talking about like long shorts. I think he's using capris as a pejorative for like 9 inch inseam shorts. That would be
You
my
dropping
guess.
a pejorative on us on your first Raleigh Friday back has me in absolute shambles. I wish I knew what that word meant. I really do.
I need to see you and JK's wardrobe. These verbs, adjectives, whatever they are, like they're just I never crossed my mind to order a what did you call that? A pejorative?
A pejorative, that's just like a fancy word for like a derogatory term.
He said order a pejorative. It's not something you get, Dion. It's
Oh, it's
describing something.
it's not a pant.
No.
No, he's
Oh, I thought it was like an off-brand Capri.
Dion's gonna pull
no
up the
like
Macy's and be like, "Where's the pejorative section?"
like you might say, Dion, that like when people refer to you as guy on the left, it was meant to be a pejorative. Like that's meant to be derogatory, but you've since embraced it and turned it around. So I'm saying that like I think Jacob's not saying people actually wear guys actually wear capris. He's saying that like when you see guys wearing like the super long shorts, which I guess low key like kids these days are into the jean shorts that made the comeback. But
Yeah,
when you see people,
everything always makes a comeback, I feel like.
yeah, jean shorts is
Look,
insane to me.
is
But
JK rocking like Karl Malone in them shorts? Like what type of shorts does JK wear?
Honestly,
I
that's what I'm
think
most excited for. I'm not even excited for the Final Four games. I'm excited to see what JK pulls up in because
I
he's talking like he's about to pull up with some stuff.
I think he strikes me as like he's gonna pull up wearing like some super short Gymshark shorts with like a pattern of some sort on them. That's my official prediction for like what he rolls into San Antonio wearing.
He's
That's it.
definitely pulling up. He's gonna have the biggest bag out of all three of us. Half of it's just protein powder and like Gymshark equipment for sure.
Right. And he's gonna try to give us his Fabletics code. I'm gonna be sick. Dion, can we get to the YouTube comment of the day?
Athletics code is crazy. Uh, it's from the Cam Heidi enters the portal video. 88 Boilermaker.
Oh no.
This one really hurts. Feels like the sport I loved and grew up watching is dead. Feeling a lot of mixed feelings about college ball right now. Cart, you also have people like entering the portal for the first time. Like, and Riley, I mean, you know, we know how your coach gets down when it comes to the portal. So I feel like this is relatable for both of you. Does it also feel like the sport you guys are watching is dead? Riley, like Hubert, the era might not matter for you though.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it feels like Carolina basketball desperately needs some life in it. I wish there's a couple people on UNC's team this past year that I'm like, it might be best. Like I don't really know what you're waiting on. Like you're not in the portal yet, and it would be okay if you entered. Where I will say the first time I felt like, man, this sport I love is changing was when Trey Holloman entered the portal because as has been discussed, I adopted the Spartans. They made me believe into friendship. Like that truly, when I saw Trey Holloman was portaling, I'm not just saying this to pander to Cart and all the Michigan State fans out there, but I truly was like, what the heck? I thought this team was supposed to be different. I thought this was supposed to be culture and Spartan dogs for life, and we're losing our best glue guy. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I think I felt this. I mean, I'm pro portal. Everyone knows that. I'm all for it. I'm all for guys like even Trey, if he's going to get a role that he wants and a bag that maybe he wants, like I respect that. This could be the biggest payday of Trey Holland's basketball career. Probably will be, given, what his outlook is looking like. So go get that bag. But there is a little bit part of me, and maybe the old man in me, that feels sort of like damn, this kind of sucks. Like, because I like seeing there is a little bit of like a feeling of seeing guys like be the program guys, go through all 4 years, go through the senior day stuff. Like, even Jay Nakis up and down through his career, like during senior day, him having that moment, him winning, the Big Ten title, having the banner, like that actually did, mean something to me. And just with Trey Holloman in general. I feel like I've just done like a whole like 360. Like after his freshman or sophomore year, I was like, this is Michigan State. Can we go get a Trey Holloman like upgrade? Like, let's go get an upgrade at a guard spot. Then, like halfway through the season, I'm tweeting. Halfway through his junior year, I'm tweeting people all rise for the Jigathon and wearing a headband every episode. Like, and that was my guy. Like, I was rocking with him. Said I was wrong. So, yeah, like it's just it's the reality that anybody and anyone can transfer at any time. There is no safety whatsoever. And maybe once you accept that, it'll make you feel better. It makes me feel better because like I literally no one's safe. Absolutely no one. I think anyone can get in the portal at any time. I don't care if your pops is the coach. I don't care if you played 9 years at a school, if you grew up at that school. It does not matter. Because sometimes the bag and other things prevail. So it is what it is. It'll be all right. I do. It is kind of funny though. I think there's been like a pivot for Purdue fans that they're like, yeah, like I mean, Cam Heidi's role this year wouldn't have been that great or something like that. When like he was the ultimate guy. Like Riley, you were in the Discord. There was there was serious basketball discussions about how Cam Heide was going to be Dalton Connect light for Purdue after his freshman year. Very serious conversations, and we shook our head at the time. We lost Ryan Garwood at the time because of it. But yeah, it is what it is. Can't really do anything about it. All right, let's go to the Discord. Please join the Discord for $9.99 a month if you join on your desktop. The link is in the description of Sleepers Media Twitter. It's a great community, great place to be. Riley's in there, Dion's in there. I'm sorry, Riz is in there. My apologies. We got the whole crew in there. It's a real fun time talking transfers, Final Four, whatever you really need. There's a little something for everybody in there, to be honest with you. We got a Malik Perry flurry to start off our Riley Friday. Who would have thought it? Okay, here we go. Malik Perry, bad dad is in full swing this offseason. Told you three or more transfers, but MSU has three technically. That's another point on my scoreboard. P.S. Don't forget to feed the orphans. Think that's something to do with Illinois, but I'm going to keep on moving on here. Malik, once again, respect to DGL. He realized what's best for him and said, time to leave and see what the grass looks like over there. I told you amazing people at Sleepers that Ty Rogers is the most loyal and naive dog ever would be back, but you guys said he's gone. So now Brad has to build a whole new roster again. This is all consecutive, by the way. Dion is so on point with what type of person I am. People at work say the same thing. I'm a dickhead and a nice person. Carter, I'm African American, 5'6" with all body parts. Shout out to Dion.
5'6" is crazy. I feel like he's called me short before.
Yeah, he has called. He's also called like me little. You can't call me little if you're 5'6". That's not
Wasn't
okay.
this was something that surfaced like a year ago where Carter because Carter made a ton of short jokes about Malik. Like I thought it's been known that he's pretty short.
I thought he was like shorter. I didn't know.
I thought he might I kind of thought he might have been like 5'4". Like I thought that was something that came out last
Oh,
year.
he might hear that and get on your ass, right? That's on you though. Okay.
Yeah, you're
Uh,
cooked.
I would like to give Carter some praise. Whoa. I would like to give Carter some praise. Me and him have had some wars over the past two seasons. Yes, I've won them all. After our team had multiple people in the transfer portal, you didn't react the way I thought you would. You're giving Izzo a chance and staying positive. This is showing your growth as a person. Keep up the good work. You might actually learn to grind. End of flurry. Yeah, positivity, Spartan Dog, Wolf Wolf. My staff's got me. Can't wait.
Those last two comments are Malik in a nutshell. On one hand, dickhead. On the other hand, really nice guy. It's just Malik in a
I'm
nutshell.
not the line of the year is that I would like to give Carter some praise. Me and him have had some wars over the past two seasons. Yes, I've won them all. Like that's it doesn't get any better than that.
Discussion.
Um, Fam 33. Can I get y'all to run through your best musical impression of the What the Helly hook? That song low key goes. Follow up. What's your favorite word in the What the Helly hook? Are you guys familiar with the What the Helly song?
Is that the song he tagged us to listen to yesterday?
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet. I gotta be honest.
Riley, are you tapped into What the Helly by Rob 49?
I'm not now.
Okay, well, I guess I'm the only one tapped in. I think mine is like what the helly James, like referring to like LeBron James. Uh, there's no reason this song should be so catchy, but literally for like 5 minutes, he just goes, "What the helly? What the helly sleepers? What the helly microphone? What the helly webcam? What the heliante? What the heliante? What the helly James?" And just puts "what the helly" and another word, and I can't explain to you how hard it goes. It's so special. It really is. Let's see what else we got here. Fam 33. Hot seat bluffs. 2 weeks ago, I was broken when he wasn't on the show. Now I can't wait for another Carter Dion Energy episode. These boys been bringing it. Riley's back, fam. Riley, announce yourself to fam and let them know you're back.
That hurts, and I don't know. But you know what? I'm not gonna come groveling back for Fam's acceptance and for his forgiveness. I'm here. I'm in the building. What's that one Eminem song? If they won't let us through the front, we'll come through the side.
First of all, that's Maya Angelou. That's a Maya Angelou poem. Come on, Riley. That's insane. Also like, fam, Where's our Riley Friday question? Okay, obviously, I'll give everybody a break. I know we've had like a little bit off from Riley Fridays, but Riley Fridays is back in full swing. We will be good to go. So make sure you get your Riley Friday questions in. I always enjoy those. Like the Fam 33, like you know how we rock in Happy Bless Friday. It's a special line,
There's
and the
nothing
fact that I
like
didn't get
it.
to see it hurts me a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, let's see what we got here. Booby, Booby, where have you been? I feel like I haven't seen you in the Discord, but good to see you. Um, he has his day ones of Booby's promising portalers. Isaiah Pasha from Delaware. Hmm. Okay, really good stats. I guess I'll say that. Teams that are in for Pasha are Texas Tech, Villanova, Wake, Michigan, Gonzaga, and others. Prediction: Villanova with 50% confidence. Have y'all got to see Pasha at all? Riley, why do I feel like you tapped into Pasha a little bit?
I do not, unless he was like had a good game in the CAA title game, which if he did, I probably forgot about already. But I think he spells Isaiah with a Z, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Okay, that I'm in if it's with a Z. If it was with an S, I'd be a little more skeptical, but yeah.
It is
So he
kicking.
committed to Delaware. He was a former Ionia and Rick Pitino commit. So I take that. I like that. If Pitino was like, "I want you," doesn't that mean that you got something to you?
Okay,
It's
he
kicking.
had this is on me. I gotta tap the chest. He scored 21 points, grabbed 8 boards, and had 7 assists in the CAA title game, and a 4 point loss to Wilmington.
Yeah, Delaware money line. This kid can hoop.
He might be nice. He's
This kid
six
can.
four, freshman. Dang. Okay.
He's dumb athletic too. This kid can hoop.
Damn. Okay, I gotta tap in. Booby, thank you, man. I need to tap into Pasha. I did see he was actually on our like portal list that we go through. I don't think I was on the video, but I gotta tap into that. Now I like his options though. He's got Villanova on. Nova would be good because it looks like yeah, I think is he a PG? Yeah, he's a PG, I'm assuming. Um, if Nova's not gonna get Gillespie, then Willard's gonna have to get a point guard. So maybe Pasha's who he pivots to. I can see that being one. Let's see here. All hail the Pope. Is plus 100 a good bet on Duke to win it all?
I'm probably the wrong person to ask. I have plus 700. Respectfully, I'll hail the Pope.
I'll say this. I think the best value to win it all is probably Auburn. I feel like Auburn's getting like I feel like Auburn's odds are the lowest out of everybody's, but yet like they were the number one team on KenPom for most of the year.
They're also 2.5 point dogs against Florida. I kind of love that.
That's pretty disrespectful. And I'm a Florida guy. Like
Mhm.
shout out
Yeah,
to my Gators, but like that's crazy to me. Let's see. All hail the Pope. If you had to eat one ethnicity type of food for the rest of your life, what are you choosing?
uh,
Okay, I'm gonna adjust this question because I feel like people cop out sometimes and they're like, "Well, I want to get something that has a lot of variety if I'm gonna eat it the rest of my life because I don't want to eat the same thing." I want to know what is truly your favorite ethnicity type of food that you have to eat for the rest of your life.
so I wouldn't eat it for the rest of my life, but like
Well,
because
that's part of the question, Dion. You have to eat it for the rest of your life.
well, it said my favorite though. So the thing is soul food's my favorite, but like I would die so quickly if I had soul food every day for the rest of my life.
Very true. Got to think
Uh,
about your health.
like it would be a great month or two, and then it would just be boom, like I'm up out of here somewhere. But it would be a phenomenal month or two. I think like Mediterranean, if I have to combine like my favorite foods with like something I think I could make last for 60, 70 years.
Yeah, Mediterranean's a good shout. And that like it's generally like nutritious, it's well-rounded,
Mm.
prolong your life. I love Indian food and I love sushi, so I'd be between like either Indian food or Japanese food.
Japanese food is good, but but sushi, wouldn't you like? Could you eat sushi every single day?
Yeah, low key, I could. I love.
Really?
Yeah.
North Carolina, big sushi state, huh?
There's some good places in Charlotte for sure. There's not a ton in the Triangle, unfortunately. Like between
What's your favorite roll?
my favorite type of roll. Um, hmm. I like yellow snapper. I tend to gravitate to rolls that would have like yellow snapper and tuna, both of them.
Okay, you're a tuna guy?
Yeah, big tuna guy with wasabi. I don't need a ton of like fluff on it. I like some interesting flavors and stuff, but I don't like if there's like the spicy mayo on, I just need a little dollop of that. Not really big into the tempura rolls either. Um,
Not a
and
spicy noodle guy.
I just like a dabble of it. I want to let the fish shine.
Respect,
Wait,
respect.
way to take a step back. Never going to a sushi place with you though. You would judge me because I'm the basic one. I'm getting the shrimp tempura. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting the California roll. I'm getting all the basic ones.
Yes, I would judge that a lot,
I
but
want you guys to come out here and have sushi with me. I'm very curious if you leave still liking sushi from your hometowns. I'm gonna be honest.
Why? I just wouldn't rock. What is better? You think?
Yeah, it's fresh. It's right out the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I
Okay,
do gotta try.
my
I do gotta try that yellow snapper thing you were talking about though, Riley. Because I see like those. This is random as hell, but I love watching those GQ like 10 things like essentials thing, and all the rich people are always like, oh yeah, I go get the yellow tail at Nobu.
Yep.
That's they're like, oh that's the spot. Like, oh
Yeah.
I'm going to Nobu just for the yellow tail.
That's I misspoke. I meant yellowtail. I said yellow snapper. That's on me.
Yeah,
Yellowtail.
yes sir. Just switch back on you like that.
I know. I will say, so this is my pastor actually owns like a sushi place. It's a poke bowl and like gimbap, which is like a Korean big sushi roll. He's Korean and he has a fish guy that he like gets his fish from. And my goal, I would love to have a fish guy, like to just get fresh sushi every day.
That's not a conflict of interest.
Well, like with him preaching versus like owning the,
Yeah.
so it's actually
I don't
pretty
know why I
good.
thought I know you're serious, but for some reason I just thought that's so funny.
He like owns it, but he also uses it to employ refugees and stuff. So like it's very
Right.
much like a give back to the community kind of thing. And the food is fire. That's like the best sushi. If y'all ever came to Durham, I would take you there and you wanted some sushi.
That need to
I got
go.
follow-up questions I'll ask offline.
Yeah, me as well. I will for sure ask some follow-up questions offline. Uh, so sushi is good, and I think Mediterranean always just slaps because you can get like some good rice, some good chicken. Mediterranean seasonings are always good too. Um, I think I might go Mexican though, or Spanish, like any like tacos, Spanish rice, very versatile, very basic, but also like just good. So
Are you a Tex-Mex guy?
Tex-Mex,
Yeah.
yeah, I love Tex-Mex.
Okay. I've never had it.
Oh,
Um,
good.
and I'm assuming that's all they have in San Antonio. I want to try it, but I'm terrified I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna be honest.
All right, let's give it a go. Why not? We ain't got nothing but space and opportunity. All hail the Pope. Three things you would take if you're stranded on an island. No genies or wishes.
A gun, food, Greg Waddell.
I love G. Last person I want on an island with me. I feel like I would be absolute mental hell. Riley, what are the three things you're bringing to a stranded island?
I don't like this question. How do you narrow it down? I don't know. Like
Riley's
if you go,
answer, he doesn't end up on a stranded island or
that's
an island
that's a
stranded.
fact. Yeah, right.
Yes.
There's like the practical side where I'm like, I don't know, maybe never mind. I was some like gym equipment. Then there's the sentimental answer that's like my wife and my son. Then there's like the survivalist answers, which are like food and a gun, or like or
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, if you're stranded on an island, you don't necessarily want to make your wife and your child
that's a
stranded as
good
well. You
point.
know what I'm
That's a
saying?
good
Because then you're
point.
all just there stranded.
Yeah.
Yeah, Riley's like, I'm bringing y'all with me. None of us are gonna eat. We're not gonna have anywhere to sleep.
I
But
can only
y'all
bring
get
I
stuff
can only
to
bring
do.
three things. So like, I don't know what y'all want from me.
I'm like, instead of a gun, maybe I would bring a crossbow. Isn't that what like the bow and arrows that you shoot?
Yeah.
I bet I could. You put me on an island for a couple of weeks, and I'm nice with the crossbow.
Have
Yeah.
you
I
ever
feel like your
shot,
biceps were very pro crossbow as well.
you ever shot a crossbow, Riley?
No, I have not.
Yeah. Please don't
Have
bring your
you?
family with you. I want them to survive. Please don't bring them with
Have you
you.
shot one, Dion?
Can't say I have. That's why it wasn't on my list of things to bring. I'm trying to live on the stranded island a little bit.
What are the three things I'd bring? I mean, do you get Wi-Fi on stranded on islands like that? I don't know.
Elon. Actually, Elon might be a what is it, Star Trek or whatever he has that he
Yeah, I think I bring my phone charger, and like one of those water bottles that purifies the water. I'll
That's a
just
good.
I just go on a water fast and eat wildlife. You know what I'm saying? I honestly I'd probably be good for real. What if I could DoorDash? War chant. When I went to San Antonio, there was a few bars that had a mechanical bull in it. How many drinks before you agree to ride the bull? Who on Sleeper's team can last longer on the bull? I'll step up first. No
Shit.
amount of drinks can make me get on a mechanical bull. I have a I have morals, man. I got a son at home. What do I look like getting on a mechanical bull?
Promise you won't see me getting on a mechanical bull. Promise I
Especially
won't.
not, especially with all due respect, Dion. Them bulls are kind of high. Like you might, what if you needed a boost to get on the bull? Like you had to call me and I had to go like this, and you had to put your foot up to get up on the bull. Be sick.
That's crazy you say that because there is weight limits on the bulls too. There's a world where they would just tell you you can't go on it.
Yeah, can't ride the bull if you're the same size as the bull. That hurt. That was earned. Riley, would you ride a mechanical bull?
Yeah, Loki, I probably would.
Have you before?
Maybe I've definitely been at a bar with one and was enticed to try it, but I don't know if I went through with it.
So
I don't think I did because I think I would remember.
G would be the most likely to do it. And it wouldn't take that many drinks. He would do it. I don't know if he'd be good at it, but he would definitely be like the most liable on the sleepers team, I guess. Maybe Ralph a close second.
I was gonna say JK, given that Riley would get on it. I feel like that's just like a North
JK's too
Carolina
cool to
thing.
like ride a bull.
You don't think JK would ride a bull?
No, JK is he's playing it too cool.
He doesn't do leg day to not ride a bull, man.
No,
That's a good point.
JK would try to find the bar with one of those punching things that measures your punch, and he would just do that like 40 times
Well,
as a new group walks in.
JK is like he's like the gym strong, where like when they punch that thing, it just doesn't hit the same, and everyone's like, why can't it? Why isn't the score going up? I just did arms today. It's like, buddy, you got to turn your hand, like maybe make contact.
Oh man, JK is gonna hate editing this. War Chant, last one. Going to the Final Four is like us average folks going to a work convention. Somebody always loses control and does something embarrassing. Which one of you is most likely to do something crazy or embarrassing? Also, recommendation is to make sure you're feeling good when you go to the river walk, as literally it's a small river with shops and bars lined up along it. Drinks will enhance the experience. Hmm.
I mean, I don't think they got to worry about us drinking. I feel like that's gonna be like an all day thing.
Yeah. Also, like in my experience at the Final Four, I will say that like not like me personally, but a good amount of people and kind of me personally like they go to the games, but they use it as like an end of the year like extravaganza. Like media members will like let loose, coaches will let loose. Like they'll all just kind of go down there like one big like a work event type thing, and they'll just kind of just rock out and let loose a little bit on that. So yeah, I don't know who's most likely to lose control. Maybe G because he's emotional.
G's sick though. So like I feel like when you're sick for whatever reason, it's harder for you to get super drunk because you're like your body's already fighting so much. Low key, I think it's probably me. I'm gonna just be honest. This is where the size is gonna be a problem. Like I'm gonna try to drink the cart. He's got a foot on me. Like 40, 50 pounds, probably more. But like, respect 40, 50 pounds. Like, I'm not gonna be able to keep up, but like you're not gonna tell me I can't keep up. And that's where it's gonna be a problem.
You know who you also will not be able to keep up with is Brian Ralph.
Yeah,
Ralph is I've seen that man knocks back. Like I've sat with him and watched him drink like 10% ABV beers and he is completely normal, does not change at all.
yeah.
I'm okay
Ralph's
I don't
scary.
need it.
Ralph's scary.
I'm okay not keeping up with Ralph though. That's like Cart has a newborn, the dad strength hasn't kicked in yet. I gotta get him now. Ralph has kids that like they
It's
do
true.
homework, they fill out brackets, they're pretty much adults. You know what I mean? Like I know Ralph's got that in the bag because he goes to like 7-year-old birthday parties, and you know exactly what the dads are doing at the 7-year-old birthday party. So like Ralph, like I'm comfortable without drinking me. I gotta get Cart though. Like I got
Ralph with a poolside margarita is one of my favorite people. Truly one of my favorite people. Guy just was thriving, hair was flourishing, great polo. Uh, same with Riley. Honestly, them as a group really kind of got me off my pivot because like Ralph is just enjoying his margaritas. Riley's biceps are looking incredible. It just really had me thrown off, and it wasn't like the fake thing because like I've done the fake bicep trick, like the TJ Otzelberger, like wear the medium John. No,
Mm,
Riley's wearing the correct size T-shirt. His biceps are just that.
appreciate
It's
that.
something special.
Riley,
Uh,
do you and JK ever go to the gym together?
I haven't met JK in person. I've lied about meeting him in person, but I have not met him in
I was just
person.
gonna say what?
You guys are like an hour away from each other.
I know. I don't think he's been to Chapel Hill this year. If he has, he hasn't told me. And I'm gonna use like the family excuse whenever I go to Charlotte, like because he lives probably like 30 minutes outside of Charlotte, and we have a lot of family to see between splitting time between like Natalie's dad, Natalie's mom, and then like my parents too. So it usually whenever we go there for holidays and stuff, like the time is just short.
That's always something so crazy to navigate. We could go off on a whole tangent about what it's like when you go somewhere, but you have multiple people that live in the same state. I
Hmm.
feel that every time I go to Cali, and then I realize how big California is and how not close people are to each other. It's a crazy, crazy scene. Shout out to the Discord. Thank you for the Discord comments today. As always, part of the perks of being in the Discord is that when you comment, I might read it, or I should read it. So you should join the Discord. Riley, now that you're back, I feel like I would love to give you the floor to deliver the good word. I missed it.
Yes, this today's reading comes from Psalm 14, and I'm just going to go ahead and read the entirety of the psalm. It's only six, it's actually seven verses. Um, excuse me, I misspoke. Psalm 15.
Oh,
How could I do? Okay, wait, bro, some these psalms are not psalming right now. Okay, I found it.
that
We're good. We're good.
happens. Yeah.
Okay, Psalm 15. I apologize. Just five verses, but it says, Eternal One, who is invited to stay in your dwelling? Who is granted passage to your holy mountain? Here's the answer: the one who lives with integrity, does what is right, and speaks honestly with truth from the heart. The one who doesn't speak evil against others or wrong his neighbor or slander his friends. The one who loathes the loathsome, honors those who fear the eternal, and keeps all promises no matter the cost. The one who does not lend money with gain in mind and cannot be bought to harm an innocent name. If you live this way, you will not be shaken and will live together with the Lord. This is a psalm I've been meditating on this week. Honestly, it stuck out to me because I know on Sleepers we're big on integrity, we're big on accountability, and it speaks into that. It gives us a little foundation for those values. They are values that do reflect God and His heart, His character, and the ways He cares for His people. So this was something that just resonated with me this week in terms of thinking how I want to live and how I want to carry myself. And I hope it blesses you, whoever's hearing it. So, sleepers, you've been awakened.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, my good sir. We are brought to you by U2 Compliancy, as always. Dion, how have you been compliant in the last 24 hours?
Filled my gas tank up yesterday. Started getting stuff together for San Antonio 2 days early. You know what I mean? Still got to do a little laundry today. But, getting a haircut tonight. Just being compliant, focused on the end goal. That's the biggest thing with compliance is you follow the rules, you get to your end goal. I just want to say that Bible verse was tough. Immediately says, be nice to your friends right after I told Cart he was too big to get on a mechanical bull. So that's tough.
It's okay. It's okay. I understand it. It came from a loving, loving place. Without further ado, let's get to the Riley Friday episode. But actually, with a little bit further ado, this will be our last full episode until after the Final Four. We will be on side of the Final Four. We'll be, mingling, kissing babies, being part of the Final Four. So we will be back after the Final Four. I don't know if we'll get an episode out Tuesday, but if not Tuesday, we'll for sure get a full episode out Wednesday. Be back post the Final Four. But be sure to tap into Sleepers for all the content. Let's get to the episode. It is March, and that means that March Madness is upon us. And if you are looking for a place to play, Underdog Fantasy has you covered. Sign up and deposit using code SLEEPERS, that's code SLEEPERS, to receive up to $1,000 in bonus credit plus a free pick. Head over to Underdog Fantasy today and use promo code SLEEPERS to take advantage of this amazing offer. Topic number one, Rizzler.
Yeah, so first off, I got to give y'all the Darvin Ham salute for the Final Four content y'all have been churning out this week. Got it covered. I've loved listening to it. We don't need an overkill. There's only so much you can talk about the Final Four. I will end this show with some Final Four thoughts and my last topic, but first, I want to look ahead to next year. Let's be real. All three of us are doing that anyway between Michigan State, UNC, and WVU. Let's go Mountaineers. But I
Love
know, I believe
it.
on Wednesday's episode, y'all did a way too early top five. Talked
Mm.
about Duke was your one, Houston was your two, Purdue was your three, UConn was your four, BYU is your fifth. I want to do like a way too early best of the rest and give some other teams that I got my eye on for the way too early polls that I think could be like top 10, maybe even top five good in some cases. And I'm also going to dispute that Duke should be number one. That's probably shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody.
Who
Who would you
should?
have number one?
So I have UConn at number one, and that's based upon Silas Demery has a crystal ball in
Mhm.
for to commit to UConn, and I'm taking that as like his word right now. And I'm like they're getting that Demery solo ball backcourt is about to go crazy, and plus you add Braylon. Like you have Braylon Mullins coming into the backcourt who can slide down to the wing as well. I think they're getting Caravan back. And the only question mark is like the five spot still, where it's Terrace Reed. Is Samson Johnson still around, or is it because I know
I
Terrace?
think he's out. I think he's out of eligibility.
So it's yeah, but
That the freshman Ryby.
oh true. Right. I just think Reed's a lot better than Ryby. I don't know how much of an
Ooh,
like
I'm a big Ryby guy.
I like Ryby too. I some of the defensive concerns I think might like keep him to a more limited like 10 to 15 minute a game role. And like I know Terrace Reed has a long and checkered history with sleepers, but he was always someone whenever I watched him this year. I'm so glad Greg's not here to dispute this. I could not grasp why Samson Johnson either started over him or got minutes over him. Like I legitimately think he's just a dog on the glass and a really good rebounder and has enough, even if like I know Greg always criticized his like feel for the game and everything, but I think he has enough of that to where you can play him out of dribble handoffs and like use him to make some decisions at the top of the key that is like crucial for Hurley with like the motion offense and everything. So I love that potential starting five, and then just having got like assuming like they can get Jalen Stewart coming back, like having guys like that off the bench. I don't know, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a Hurley revenge season after he kind of got slept on a little bit this year, or that dude just takes everything personally, to where I feel like he's gonna want to be back, gonna be back on top. The Duke case against them, I want to get your thoughts on this. Of course, like I would probably have them like number two or number three, just with the Boozers and the Evan, with the Boozers. I almost said the Evanses, with the Boozers and Isaiah Evans expected to be back. But like Duke's 24/7 site, the Devils, Den, they pretty much said they think Tyrese Proctor goes pro and they're expecting Caleb Foster to likely be back. And that's where it gets a little
Okay.
dicey to me.
Think?
Yeah, that like they said there I think their recent report was like there is a chance he could explore his options, but it's sounding more likely that he'll be back in Durham.
Hmm.
And maybe they go get a guard from the portal and it doesn't matter, but I would have a little bit of hesitation just penciling them in as like a surefire. Like I probably would end up ranking them in the top three, but with a little bit of hesitation if it's like a Caden Boozer and Caleb Foster backcourt,
Yeah.
despite how good Cam is, and despite that like Isaiah Evans could be like ready for stardom. And they're probably gonna get Malik Brown back. Like there's a lot to like, but it's just the backcourt I have some question marks.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Darren Harris looks like in a bigger role
Mhm.
next season. I was a big fan of his out of high school. And then is his last name Kamenea? What's it?
Oh, Nick Kamenia.
Yeah, Nick Kamiya. I like him a lot too.
I
I
think
do
Nick
think they
Kamenia.
would need some guard, but honestly, I there's something in me that says Tyrese is just gonna come back. Like you've already been at Duke for 3 years. What's one more? Like win a
Yeah.
national title, maybe come back and do it again.
If
I
if
feel like he could
Tyrese
do it.
if Proctor is back, I would lock them in at the two and probably even could be convinced to displace UConn at one. After those two, I would say Houston for sure deserves to be there. Like y'all hit that the nail on the head. Chris Sinak, card. I feel like he's one of those bigs who we're gonna love.
Oh,
If Uzan is back,
I do love.
yeah, I'm glad we're on the same wave there. Love Purdue as well, but the teams that like I'm probably gonna end up with Louisville in my top five. That
Hmm.
backcourt's gonna be crazy. And I think Kanai Roots could take a step forward. James Scott being back. Where do y'all have Auburn right now with like Tahad Pettiford likely back, Keyshawn Hall, maybe Flory Badunga?
I mean, they probably in my top five if they get certain. Like if Tahad comes back. And they get, they got Keyshawn Hall, they get Badunga maybe. They got that JUCO kid too, Bashir, who's just like an absolute bucket. Like he's gonna be nasty. Um, so like I think if they get some guys back, and who knows what Chad Baker Mazara is gonna do. If he can come back, he will come back. They be top five for me, probably top three, I think, if given what they've done.
I don't see a world where Todd Pettiford's in college basketball and Tyrese Proctor's playing in the NBA. Like, I want people fired if that's the end result. Like, that's crazy to me. But like, let's say that does happen and Tyrese leaves, Tahad comes back. I mean, I think now you're looking at Auburn like one or two, especially after the get they got yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, with Tahad, it's just that he's short.
Yeah,
You know, like that
you
could
know
keep him
what?
in
I think there
college.
needs to be a conversation. Like I love Tahad Pettiford. I do. If I'm an NBA GM though, I think I might want Tyrese Proctor over to Hot Pettiford. And that's
Because
and
he's
that and that's nothing about like the player action. It's just like a 6'1" scoring kind of flashy guard. Like he needs to like if he's cold, he's giving you zero. If he's hot, he's giving you 20 do him buckets and they're special and the TikTok edits slap. But like he's undersized, and he doesn't really do much else outside of scoring. Where you got Tyrese Proctor, who's like a plug and play 6'5", defends, can
Mhm.
knock down shots now, can do some other things. Like you plug and play him into a system, you feel good about it.
I think Tyrese, like, if you're looking at it from like who can start, that's Tyrese Proctor. But like Tahad Pettifer's role in the NBA is exactly what he's doing right now. You come in, you get buckets. If you don't in the NBA, they'll yank you. Like I kind of think of him like in the campaign role that he played in Phoenix when they made the
Hmm.
finals. And I think the biggest difference to me is I think Tahad's okay with that. Tyrese is like okay with what he's doing right now, but hasn't been previously.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Fair
So,
point.
so Riley, are you looking at like five teams or so, what teams are like
Oh,
outside of the top five that we want to be in
yeah,
there?
yeah. There's like a couple more I wanted to touch on. I hate how much, if it happens, I know there's still some ifs around it, but if Tennessee gets Jacoby Gillespie and Isaac McNeely, I'm gonna be so in on the Vols again. Just because like their roster outlook's kind of bleak right now. They have a bunch of dudes graduating, but they'll bring back Felix Akpara and Cade Phillips, which like not necessarily the most inspiring returners. I don't care because I know that defense is gonna be elite, and you have like I just think Gillespie's a stud, and I watched McNeely average nearly 15 points a game for a Virginia team that's like dead, almost dead last in the country in tempo with no other scoring options around him. And he's like, he was option one, two, and three on the scouting report and just shot 42% from three for like a terrible team to where I think you put him in a legit system with legit players around him, he should thrive.
Yeah, that's a good shout. I like that. I'm just going through some teams right now that I think I would put or should be up there. I think Dion, did we have BYU up there?
Yeah,
We had
y'all
him fifth.
mentioned them.
I'm
Okay.
confused on who we had top five because the whole comment section is telling us, "Oh, I can't believe like you didn't have Duke one," when I was like 90% sure we did.
You didn't at first, but then like at the end of the episode, you had Duke one, and that was where I was like, all right, man, we
Yeah,
gotta.
Duke fans cut it off usually when they don't hear something they don't like.
Yeah, they do.
A
Fair.
team that I will probably get there. I'll let y'all know right now. I'm maybe on a topic of coaches that get their get back this season, I think a little bit and bounce back in a big way. Baylor. I
Mm.
think Baylor's gonna be really good next year. I love the ad of I think his name's Rachi from Oregon State.
Wait,
Um,
they got him right
yeah,
top.
yeah,
I have
yeah.
no idea how to say his last name, but he's a sniper.
They got him. They got Obi Agbim from Wyoming, and then Tunde Yesufu is going to be like my next favorite Baylor freshman. Like this year it was Valdez. Next year is Tunde. I think he's going to be really really good. Now they need to fill out the front court, which I think they have a chance to do because they're going to have to replace Norchad. But I really like where this Baylor team is headed. I think it's going to be a really good team.
I can't believe they got right top. I have Michael. I'm just gonna call him Big Mike.
Yeah, Big Mike.
They got Big Mike, dude. Big Mike is sick. I didn't even, how did I completely missed that?
Yep. Yeah, he committed to Baylor, so that's a good pickup for them. And then what is another team? Where do y'all sit on Arizona?
Too many question marks on who's actually going to be on the team.
Yeah. I mean, if they get Vasar, I'm going. Y'all might not. I might just like need to unplug for a few days if he comes back. Um,
Carter Bryant too. Like I feel like he's gone, but Arizona fans feel like it's not like a given.
Even
Uh,
without Vasar, though, they could have Carter Bryant and Awaka and Krivas back, but then who are their guards? You know, it's Jaden Bradley and do they have any? Oh, they got. Oh, they're supposed to get. Actually, Arizona might still be nasty, even without
If they get
Murray's.
Burris from Cali, and then they got Koa coming in, and they
they got
could
Bryce James.
relax.
They do. Dude, I love Koa. Koa is like one of my favorite players just because I think he's so skilled, but his motor is insane as well.
Yeah, he
Like
just
he's
gets
got.
overlooked too. Like he
Mhm.
does. I'm not saying he's better, but like he does a lot of the same things that Boozer does.
Yes, I agree completely, Cart.
So he just doesn't have
Like
an NBA father.
And he's smaller too. He's like
Yeah,
probably a couple inches shorter than Cam Boozer.
right.
like he does the same things as Cameron or Katie.
Cam.
That's Cameron.
I mean, Caden makes a lot more sense to Cameron.
Relax. I'm trying to think who else we might have forgot. Kansas, too many
Alabama?
question marks.
I like the Bama shout.
Bama, I feel like they don't really like The online rumors don't expect Phylon back, but if they can somehow get him in Tuscaloosa, would be very in on him as like their point guard. And then Aiden Holloway year two could be good for them. Year two in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, I
Aiden
feel like
Sherrill,
Bama, they just always have a top 10 team too. Like you don't have to worry about it.
right.
Mm.
Florida, I think, is the one that's like, I'm sure they'll get there. I kind of trust them to reload, but I mean, it's Thomas Houck is he's probably the only one that's like he will for sure be back. I guess Chinyelu should be back too, but
Hawk made his way onto some draft boards.
yeah, yeah. I
So
mean,
like,
I think Condon goes pro.
Like, pro in what?
I
dog,
think
he's a projected first round pick.
yeah,
Alex Condon?
Alex
Yes.
Condon is yeah.
Again, if Tahad Pettiford's back at Auburn, like some people need to be fired, man.
I'm telling you that it's more than likely looking like it's gonna happen.
Is Isaiah Evans going to the draft too? Because like if some of these guys are going, I'm taking a flyer on Isaiah.
Yeah, for real.
I think they're gonna pay Isaiah and he's gonna get back. I hate saying this is the last team I'm gonna give a shout to, but I think UCLA has started getting rid of their bad guards and getting good guards.
That's
So I don't know what the rest looks like. I liked Perry out of high school. He didn't really play much last season. Maybe he has a bigger role in year two. Donovan Dent's gonna be really good. They're getting back Daly. They're getting back Billadow. Um, I will find a way to talk myself into that team, even if Mick Cronin is at the helm.
did we mention Louisville?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Louisville's in my top five already. That
Gotta
was
make
a
sure. Just gotta make sure.
L's all the way up. Anyone else got any teams that want to get out there before we move on?
Did we mention Kentucky?
Ooh, Kentucky if they
Kentucky
get
keeps
Yaxel.
missing on people, man. Like they were supposed to be in for Demery. That's another one. They were supposed to get. Actually, hold on. Let me bring this back. There's a rumor out there that they reached deep into the pockets for Big Yaks. If they get Yaxel, yeah,
I'm
I'm in.
very in on Kentucky for sure.
I'm heavy. I sent y'all this in a text group. I'm heavy into Kentucky Reddit boards at the moment, and it seems like Yaxel's committing this weekend. Dead period started this morning. He's only met with Pope really so far. So I
He
mean,
met
one
with
plus one
Dusty.
equals two.
Dusty went to go visit him, I guess, in Chicago.
That's tough. Reddit boards, we gotta be better. Gotta be better.
Kentucky Reddit board sound like such a scary, scary place. Riley, thank you for giving us a chance to talk about the other teams. We are unequivocally a Louisville podcast next year. I don't know if you're allowed to do that, Riley, with your ACC ties, but like I'm
If
throwing
Air,
L's up all next year.
I mean, my heels. I don't want to talk about my heels right now. So yeah,
Come on,
I'm
man,
cool.
Jonathan Powell.
I like Jonathan
I
Powell.
like him too. We
Yeah,
talked
he's
about him
really good.
before.
If we get Vesa, if we have like, there's some really interesting things. If you end up with like Cannon Catchings and Jonathan Powell at your three, and then you have Caleb Wilson and Henry Vasar at the four and the five,
Uh-oh.
backcourt, Seth Trimble at the two. The point guard is a massive question mark, but
Go get
there.
one.
What'd you say?
Go get one.
I know. You're telling me. I don't have control over this card.
You're right.
Is
Hey,
point guard a question mark?
like you said, what?
Is point guard a question mark?
They don't have one.
I feel like Ian's coming back. If he
He
hasn't
ain't no
declared
point.
yet.
He can't play no point guard.
I don't
Ain't
think.
no one touching the ball if he's a point guard.
Hey, listen,
I think Ian's going pro.
really?
Yeah, I
What
think
about
both he and
Drizzy?
Drake. I think both he and Drake are going pro.
I don't blame him. If my options were Pro or Hubert, I'll take my chances in the G
That's
League.
the
But
last shot you'll take, Dion. On to topic number two. Topic number two: no UNC slander during this topic. I'm making it UNC slander free.
There might be a little UNC slander, but it's directed by me because we're looking back at the most memorable moments of the season.
Ooh,
A little introspection here. A look back and I don't know I don't know other words for that, but
okay, lovely. Now I'm gonna get out right now just the moments for my team personally. Number one, he who shall not be named anymore. Um, that the half quarter against Maryland for the win. That was ridiculous. It was probably the game clinching, or sorry, not game clinching, title clinching play, I think, for Michigan State. In returning to glory and winning the Big Ten again. So that's number one for me off rip. I'll let y'all go before I get to my other ones.
yeah, that was on my list. Dion, do you have any that come to your mind?
um, I mean, I have a few from just the Maui. Hurley just like scrambling all over the court, doing whatever he was doing. Elliot Cadeau playing like NFL football on the court for a few minutes there. That was hilarious. Um, I think probably one of my biggest moments of the season, and I don't know, this just goes to show, like, I guess I'm more detail oriented than anything. When UConn went up, I want to say it was like 17-3 on St. John's. I was like, cool, Patino's dead. Like, let's put the nails in the coffin. Shout out Calipari. And then it was 20-17 very shortly after, it felt like. That was the moment where I was like, okay, St. John's is very real. Then subsequently, they lost in the second round to Cal.
A couple ones that I noted. This one feels like it has to be on there just because of gravity with it to get to the Final Four when Walter Clayton went nuclear in the final few minutes against Texas Tech when they were down 10. That might be like my number one, like just the weight of the moment, individual performance. Kind of wish that I feel like Derek Queen's buzzer beater against Colorado State has to be there too, just because it was in the tournament.
Mm.
Um, Auburn losing at home that final day of the season on Mark Sears buzzer beaters. Those were all some of like the top moments. But I would give the edge to the first two just because they happened in the tournament.
Yeah. So some other ones that come to mind. Coop had like a 42 ball.
Yeah, that deserves a shout.
That deserves a shout. I'm sorry, Riley.
Okay.
That was nasty. And then also just as a whole, that Alabama shooting performance against BYU was
True.
absolutely insane. Between Mark Sears hitting like 11 threes and the team just hitting 25, I have never seen a team just not miss like that. It was absolutely insane. Even Aiden Sherrill came off the bench and went 3 for 3. I couldn't see anybody miss during that game. That was incredible. Also, while we're talking about like game winning moments, that late night, because I'm on the East Coast, Arizona, Iowa State, and Caleb Love hits the like 70 footer to go to
Mhm.
overtime against Iowa State and end up winning in overtime. That game was nuts.
There was another one like that had the similar type feel was that BYU Iowa State game. I know there wasn't quite a moment in it, but it was like an overtime game where Richie Saunders went crazy and Keba. That was I fell in love with Keba Keita that night, and it was just an awesome game. Speaking of flags, 42 burger. Duke, I mean, I would honestly say this like pains me, but like Con Knipple against UNC in general, that man torched Carolina all three times he played them.
Duke just had some like Isaiah Evans coming off the bench against Auburn and just
Yeah.
having a performance. Like they've had a couple this year.
Con has been so freaking good in the month of
I
March.
don't get it either. Like I get that he's good, but I just don't get it at the same time.
Like
I think he's gonna stink in the
you
NBA.
really think so?
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm done saying that. He's gonna be good. I just gotta accept it.
No,
Well, when
I'm willing to accept he's special in college, and I was hand up. We did it on. I think you and I did a Duke recap, and I was like, my bad. I was unfamiliar with your game, Con. The more familiar I get with his game, I'll tell you right now, my guy Pods has smoke for Con when he gets to the next level.
I
Like,
just think when you like the archetype of like not just Tyler Hero because he's white, I would say like Jared McCain's in the same vein. There's probably other guards who you think of as like primarily off-ball guys who are catch and shoot threats, movement shooter types who just develop like some of that like those primary shot creation skills that Khan is already showing that some like he's really good playing out of ball screens. Like I mean maybe it's because he has a 7-2 target just to throw it up there too, but yeah, that's the part that's most promising for me is that he's been really good on ball.
I like the Tyler Hero shout. I want to point out, like, I think he can do exactly what Tyler Hero does. I completely agree. I think Tyler Hero stinks, which is why I'm not like the most confident in Khan at the next level. If he develops on the other end, I love the Jared McCain comparison. And if he does that, I take it all away. But I think the unathletic guard that kind of has to get his, but while also doesn't play defense college, you're a top three player in the country. And I think Khan is like one of the best players in the country right now.
Mhm.
NBA, food, food. Like, may I have this dance, Khan?
Mm. I have one last one I want to throw out there. Well, actually two. One, I'm gonna go ahead and get ahead of it. We're gonna have a moment at the Final Four. I don't know what it is, but like there's too many good players and teams not for someone to have a moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ahead of it now. And then last one is Jeremiah Fears versus Michigan early on in the
Oh, that
year
was dope.
when he hit the 4 pointer for the win. And he was already cooking that year, but he did against like some different type of teams, some lower level not bad non-conference teams. And then I believe that game was at the Garden, I want to say. Like it was a pretty special I think a special performance by them or by Jeremiah Fears and kind of announced himself on the big stage. So that's my last moment.
I one more, and Cart, I'm sorry, but this was honestly special. Janai Broom, for whatever reason, checking back into the game against Michigan
Oh my
State,
God,
when he
man.
just like didn't need to check back in, and then like didn't attempt to do anything besides launch that three. Like he he didn't try to do anything else besides launch that three.
It's just
My last one, this is why I said I will engineer the UNC slander, the Jalen Withers lane violation.
oh, mm.
Hated it. Hated it. But that was one of the most memorable moments of the season for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, that
Although
Also,
it was a nice exclamation mark at the end of the Wit Sanity run where he was just became Nas Reed for 2 weeks.
wit sanity is crazy.
do like it's a question for you, but not to like pile on, Riley, but yeah, I mean obviously I am. North Carolina fans, they don't think that's coaching, like they don't think that's a coach's fault.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, just want to
Yeah.
make sure. Because, like, to me, a lane violation is straight up like your coach didn't calm you down before you went back out there.
No, I agree. I think most Carolina fans would say that reflects very poorly on the coaching staff as well. So
Mm.
keep your head up, Jalen.
Yeah, of course, with sanity. Shout out,
Keep
love,
yours
love,
down,
love.
Cooper.
No, Dion, love reliving moments. Thank you for that topic, Riley. On to topic number three. Topic number three to wrap us up on this beautiful Riley Friday. Riley, what do you have?
So this last segment is something I like to call Bluffs Takeover. You're getting my final four picks to kick us off, and then come for the final four picks. Stay for the Sleepers Media official props.
Oh,
That's what I think y'all are going to
you're
enjoy.
speaking my
I
language.
think you will love the props because they have nothing to do with basketball and everything to do with sleepers. So let's kick it off. Let's get through the predictions first. These are the official Bluffs picks for this weekend. I am taking Houston over Duke. Probably not a surprise given my biases. However, I think I have enough. There is enough objectivity in there that people should take it seriously. I think Kelvin Sampson, having been there before to the Final Four, is massive. The experience edge here, giving him a week to prepare for this Duke team, I think he's going to have a tactical advantage there. They also have the size to match up with Duke, where they have a million bigs. I know that they don't quite have the height, but they have the wingspan and they have the whip, the width, and they have the strength. They can slow the game down and win in the mud. I know Duke has done that a little bit too, but I think Houston does it a little bit better. On that same note, Houston doesn't turn the ball over. They're top 20 in the country in offensive turnover rate. I think if like when Duke goes on those runs, it's usually has something to do with their pressure and knocking down transition threes. On that note, regarding the three ball, teams have shot over 31%, not even a good number, but over 31% as a benchmark just twice against Houston in the month of March. One of those was Kansas with a little foo-foo 5 for 12 performance. Throw that one out. Who cares? And then Gonzaga going 9 for 20 against them in the round of 32. This Duke team, again, they're really, really good shooting team. It feels like Mason Gillis, Sion James, and of course Khan don't miss when they're left open in the corner. I trust Houston not to leave those guys open. They're going to contest shots and make life tough on them. So let's move on to the second pick. Auburn over Florida. This cuts me deep as a Gators fan, but it is kind of some of the same rationale with Pearl having been there before. This is hit like it's Todd Golden going against his mentor, and I think Auburn gets back to what made them great for 90% of the year with like that old school flex offense that just led to a ton of open layups for Janai Broom and Chaney Johnson and Dylan Cardwell, while it had like Pettiford just flying off of pin downs, knocking down threes. Um, I was talking to Eric Fawcett about this on his podcast last night. He was saying that like when you think of a flex offense, you think like boring, old school, something I ran in high school. And I agree. I hadn't really thought of the flex offense since the Wisconsin Bo Ryan days. And Fawcett hypothesized maybe Auburn just got bored with the flex offense because it's not cool. And
That very well could be true.
I thought that was a good point. Um, However, if they run that against Florida, I think they can win. If they just spam those mid post ISOs with Janai Broom, I don't think that works against Florida quite like it did against Michigan and Michigan State.
So I thought we'd be on the same page, Riley. I thought we were gonna. They've been our Gators all year. We
I
finally made it
know.
here.
I know, but there's just I have like an inclination there that something about the experience with Bruce Pearl, some of the lackadaisical efforts from Florida might catch up to him.
So you have Auburn, Houston.
Auburn, Houston.
I hope Duke fans clip that.
I hope they do too. They can come at me. I don't care. Zion O, here's your clip, man. Come flip at the sleepers. And then Houston over Auburn for the national title. Milos Uzan, MOP.
Do
Houston
you
get it
think
done.
Milos like how much money can Milos make himself this weekend?
Hmm. Could Milos become like a picks 25 to 30 after this weekend?
That's what like if they were to beat Duke, which I want for anyone listening, I don't think that's gonna happen. Like I don't think they have a shot. If they were to beat Duke and he has a big game, I mean, I'm taking him over Proctor. And if Proctor is getting that type of love, like I think that's like a winner gets to go first round, loser you back to college.
I love that. I need some NBA GMs negotiating that. Winner goes first round.
I got a hot take though. Really hot take. Milo, if they do win it all and Milos is the MOP, Kentucky pays like 4 million and steals Milos from
I
from Houston.
That's a great shout, Cart. Just 'cause, I mean, they have Flemings and Isaiah Harwell coming in next year. Like, you could probably entice Milos to like do the ultimate. That would be like the epitome of like this quote unquote era. That would get the boomers all hot and bothered.
Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah, I agree.
Uzan has made 61 threes this year at a 45% clip. I didn't realize
I
he's
feel
falling.
like all 61 of those have come in the last like month.
He's only made 61 threes.
That's. I mean, he had never made more than 34 in a season before this year.
Get ready to learn Kelvin Sampson, buddy. I take back everything I just said. I take back it all. Like he could stay in college another year for sure.
Shooting it well now.
All right. Y'all want to move on to the props?
I've been waiting for these props, please.
Okay, first props. First prop. Over under 4.5 times that Dion texts me randomly making fun of UNC while at the Final Four.
Way over.
Way over. Way
Smashing the over on that one.
Like, my favorite thing to do is text Riley something. He responds and then I don't.
No, I did get you because I told Dion, I was like, yeah, man, I don't know what you want me to say. UNC is not in a good spot right now. You're one In-N-Out burger away from being
Yeah.
post-retirement Raymond Felton, which I think cut him deep a little bit.
You had to respond to that one. Listen, the Dollar Tree Drake went too far. The In-N-Out Raymond Felton went a little too far.
In and out Raymond Felton is insane.
It's crazy.
All right, next one. This one's a little self-indulging. Over under half a time, point 0.5. I don't know how you would say it officially for gambling. Over and under half. Times people ask y'all where I'm at. I just want that to hit for once.
Over.
Over.
I
Over.
just want to be missed. That's all I want.
Over.
I want some of the fans to miss
You
me.
could set that at like 2.5, and I think I'd take the over, honestly.
All right, let's set it at 2.5, and I'll adjust that prop. Um, Over under 2.5 hours in San Antonio before Carter complains about the heat.
Under. What? I'm about to complain. It's about to be so hot, bro. And like y'all don't get it. I'm not made for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a big guy. I'm not made for heat. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also too prideful to act like a big guy in heat. Like I ain't about to be one of them big dudes just walking around with a towel over their shoulder the whole time. I refuse to ever let it get to that point. But I'm gonna be dying. I'm gonna be extremely hot. It's got me thinking that I made a mistake because there was a small second when I looked at the Airbnb. It wasn't as nice as the one we're about to be in, but it had a pool. And I was like, I could use a nice pool. But yeah, nah. Under for sure.
Does San Antonio do humidity?
I'm
That's
assuming, yeah.
I might hmm. I've spent time in Dallas and Austin. I have family there, and from what I remember, it doesn't get crazy humid.
Because I can do heat. I mean, Sacramento gets like 110 in the summer.
I was gonna say,
But
wow, the California dude can do heat. We get it. You probably wear you're one of them Cali dudes that wears like hoodies and sweats in like 80-degree weather.
if so, like I like to put my back against the wall and gain weight sometimes and just touch like 170, 180 so I can get back down to 155, 160. I love adversity. Sometimes you got to manufacture it. If I do that, sometimes I'll rock a hoodie in the heat just to like speed the process up of losing the weight. But like as long as it ain't humid, I'll be fine. If it has any humidity, I might take 10 showers. I don't do like when your body feels sticky. I can't do that.
I
Yeah,
feel you
that's the
on that.
worst.
All right, next one is over under 23 and a half hours in San Antonio before Carter says, Dog, San Antonio is not it.
Under, because San Antonio is not it.
No, no, no. I think it's gonna be an over. I feel like San Antonio is kind of like my vibe, like a strip along water, maybe a live band or something here or there. I can grab a if I can grab a beverage in a plastic cup and walk with the plastic cup outside, you got me. I'll
That's
be
what
in
you're.
there.
Are you a band guy?
I'm a fake band guy. Fake band. Like honestly, I'd rather touch tunes be available, but I can do fake band. I can fake band it with the best of them. I'm a chameleon.
All-time favorite thing for me to do, and if we can find this in San Antonio, I'm going to be special. I love going to country bars, purchasing like $20 on the touch tunes, only NBA Youngboy, and then I walk right out. I walk right out.
Diabolical, man.
All right, next one. Over under 1.5 hours in San Antonio before Greg says, Cart, I could live here.
Dog, I'm sorry, I can't get over these. He said the same, like we were in the car in Phoenix, and he's like, "Dog, I could live here, man. Like
I could live in the
it's
desert.
under, it's 100%
I
under.
think it's under two.
Dog, I want to live here."
Phoenix is so much more special than San Antonio, though. Phoenix
I
is like
feel
one
like
of my.
San Antonio's getting disrespected right now, man. I don't know why I feel like I gotta stick. They got Wemby.
Hey, listen,
That's
nothing's
true.
worse than what Charles Barkley's about to do to San Antonio this weekend.
I'm gonna say that this hits the under, but barely for Greg. Like it's at like the 87th minute as he's taking in his surroundings, where he's like, "Yeah, I could live here." Over under 3.5 JK gym flicks.
Over.
Oh, Jim Flicks.
Mm-hmm. Because I think he said he's going to the gym twice,
I'm
so
gonna
it's like,
say
do we get two flicks per gym
I'm gonna
visit?
go. I'm gonna take the alternate under at no Jim Flicks and give me
I'll take
like
that.
give me plus value.
Give me the alternate over. If you think he's not touching this group chat, oh y'all sleeping, I'm working out. Like if you think we're not getting a saying or two like that, you're crazy.
He better not. I'll cancel the code in this month. I'll change the code. It'll be outside.
All right, here's a big one that was hotly contested in the group chat. Over.
Losing Riley.
All right. Over under 17 and a half minute drive to the stadium from the
Okay,
Airbnb.
so is traffic factored in here?
Yes, we can factor in traffic.
Over.
Can I be honest? While you guys were texting me about this, I was on the phone with my mom. She's asking about the weekend. She did call me back, by the way. I know I mentioned that on today's episodes. My Dukes got back to me. She's like, "How far away is the arena? You guys are going to Uber, right?" I'm like, honestly, it's being talked about in the group chat right now. A lot of differing opinions on how far away the arena.
Dog, when I booked it, I asked I messaged the owner of it, and I was like, "Yo, how far is it to like downtown and the Alamo Dome?" He's like, "Oh yeah, like 14-minute drive." And I'm like, "All right, that's kind of like specific. Like if you're lying, you would just say 15 minutes, but he said 14 minutes, which makes me think it's actually 14 minutes. So with traffic, I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 20-minute Uber ride
That sounds about right. Yeah, I think that's fair.
over me. Because like, could you imagine this crew with a rented car?
We don't need that.
Can
We
you
don't.
park? Can you parallel park, Dion?
No need to, brother. I don't go places where I have to.
See, that's what I do. I avoid places where I have to parallel park. I will pay top dollar to go into a parking garage where I don't have to parallel park.
Kings games. I can either parallel park on the street for free, $40 in a parking garage, or a $40 Uber. It's not even a discussion. We will Uber before I have to do the parallel park.
Riley, why do I feel like like 16-year-old Riley, fresh license, were like very proud of your skills in parallel parking? Yep,
You
checks
know me
out.
well. You know me well. Yeah, that was because I'm not a great regular parker. Like if you tell me to just like whip into to a spot in between two cars, I might be a little crooked, but I'm pretty special when it comes to parallel
Of course
parking.
you are. God,
That is
I know you do.
crazy. You
I
can't just
know.
regularly park, but you're like, yo, let me get in between two cars on the street. Like, I
It's
got you.
something about it, like there's a method to it that just makes it easier for me.
You are
You're
the Ian
different. If
Jackson.
I ever make it big, the first thing I'm buying is one of them self parallel parking cars. First thing, maybe the only thing.
All right, we got one more prop. Over under 47 and a half hours before Cart and Dion proclaimed themselves out on the quote unquote brotherhood after being around that many Duke fans in person.
And
I don't know. I feel like me and Dion might immerse ourselves. I might, maybe, maybe try to trick folks and tell them that I'm that Zion guy.
crazy.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell Dion. I'm gonna tell folks that Dion is crazy talk.
Crazy talk.
I rock
Dude,
with crazy talk, by the
I
crazy
way.
rock
talk.
with.
Crazy talk is a huge fan of the show. Like he's
Oh,
someone
I rock with him. I wonder if is he gonna be there?
I don't know. He's a really good dude. I love Crazy Talk. That's
Do
my
Duke
guy.
fans travel super well?
Uh, that's a good question. I don't know. You were there, like, what, were there a lot there at the 2022 Final Four?
Yeah, it was like, but I'll say though, I thought, and credit to y'all, I thought North Carolina fans traveled better than Duke fans, but also Duke fans traveled big time because that was Coach K's like
Right.
last thing. Also, New Orleans is, I feel like, not as far to get there from, from Durham.
New Orleans to San Antonio is like an hour or two, though, I think, right?
No,
Is
what?
that New Orleans to Houston?
It has to be New Orleans to Houston. That seems like they're probably
I
like,
know New Orleans borders Texas.
Oh yeah, it does. Not a geography podcast.
Hey, comment section. I got that one. Got that one.
Those are fun, Riley. Thank you for those props. Can I add one special prop?
yeah.
We need one more Greg prop here. Over or under, let's set it at 32 and a half hours where Greg wanders somewhere by himself and we wonder where he
That's a good
is.
one. That's a good one.
I'm gonna say over because I feel like Greg and I are gonna be like inseparable the first 24 hours. It's just gonna be a lot of betting for like the first day.
I would set another Greg prop. I would set the bar. I would set the over under at probably 1.5 drunken FaceTimes from him. And I will be sad if I don't get at least one. Greg, if you
That
listen to
that
this,
you can hammer that over, my friend.
I need at
Hammer
least
the
one.
over.
You can
Hammer the
you
over.
can
How
hammer that.
many? I got one more. How over under how many bets we all placed this weekend together?
It's not legal there.
I keep forgetting about that. That's
Yeah,
tough.
so none.
Under. Well, that was an easy bet for everybody to hit at least.
There
Like
you
you're
go.
welcome.
Someone gets a layup. Thank you for those special props, Riley. I might have to have you just list those on Super's Media's Twitter page, and people can just comment on that, and engage with that. Thank you for that one. Last but not least, the Riley Friday One Big Thing presented by Compliancy, YouTube Compliancy Department. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for everything you do. Riley, since it's your day, it's only right we start with you. What's your one big thing for today?
Yeah, I mentioned it for part of why I'm not going to the Final Four. It's my wife's birthday this weekend. Very excited to celebrate. I don't think she can hear me right now, so I got her a massage gift card. So this is a
Hey,
big one. Got her some tea. She's big into tea. And then I'm also gonna be making some cookies because y'all know I like to get in the lab with baking a little bit. So I found this recipe. She loves those like Biscoff cookies you get on the airplane. Like
mm-hmm.
loves that flavor. There's a recipe that I found of like dark chocolate chip cookies with the Biscoff butter in them. So very excited to make that as like a birthday surprise.
That's gonna hit. I was gonna place a bet on like plus 250 that you were making her something called like kitchen sink cookies, where it's just like a bunch of stuff in it. But I feel good about that bet. I didn't win it. Biscoff was a close second at like plus 140. Dion, what's your one big thing? Shout out to Natalie too. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday.
Yeah, preparation. Preparation is key in everything you do. Preparation is what strives for the success that you're going to see at the end of the road. Prepare to travel. Um, I didn't. Just gonna be honest. I didn't prepare to travel. My flights, like, it couldn't be worse timing for anything that I have going on. Didn't look at that. Found out the original flights I booked were out of San Francisco. I live in Sacramento. Had to change that. So preparation, organization, and remain calm. Don't rush things.
Got it. My one big thing is, I treat everyone with respect always, for the most part. I might disrespect you, but I don't truly mean it as disrespect. I think that people who sit on those workout balls at their desk office, the shtick's over. Okay, that was awesome in like 2021. I don't want to see you on the Bosu ball working in 2025. Grow up, get a stand up desk, or just get a regular chair. Let's not do this anymore. Get rid of that bouncy ball. Get rid of that exercise ball. I don't want to hear how it engages your core. I don't want to hear about any of that. Get rid of it. Let's grow up. Thank you, everyone, for joining this Riley Friday. It's good to be back. We will be back every Friday with Riley as long as he will have us, that is. Thank y'all. Tune in next time. We will see y'all post Final Four when we have a champion and the season will be concluded. Catch y'all next time.